Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Isle of Man in the UK. This is John and Mike's MMA Corner.
Yohance, you're taking on Malcolm Smith at Shamrock FC. You're a bit busy. You're pushing yourself, getting yourself ready for this fight. 2016 starting. Now, looking at the pair of you, what I see, the two of you, it's just a little bit of consistency and getting those little win streaks going. What's your what are you doing yourself to get this to get a bit of consistency going? You know, what are you have you focused on little bit areas that you particularly need to work on?
Basically, my inconsistency had to do with it was all about me not I would say I wasn't all the way complete, put it that way. I had holes in my game, which was my mind when I went into fights. But now I don't go and think about anything. I just go in there and fight.
Now that you mention that, we've had people on before. We've actually had a sports mind consultant, sports strengthening coach, mind strengthening coach, but on before to talk about that. You know, it's we here on the podcast. We believe it's a huge part of the game. It's a huge aspect of the game that.
Oh yeah.
It's. I wouldn't say it's overlooked. I don't think it's really acknowledged enough on the mainstream of things in MMA. People don't really acknowledge how important the psychological factor is. Whether it could be as simple as just something small, but it manifests into something big. You know, it's crazy, man. It really is.
Hell yeah. Well, shit, man. Like I said, I've always had the physical gifts, the technique, and everything. I mean, but if your mind ain't right, your athletic ability means nothing.
You're dead on.
I'm a big believer of that. I'm a big believer of that because I learned in my life. I learned myself.
Well, let's look at Cerrone, Donald Cerrone. You know, he finally gets another chance, another stab, and he always seems to fall short at that very last hurdle. It's like he can't accept winning, almost like that success. He likes to fight, but when it comes to that seriousness of the belt, he somehow seems to just teeter away. You know, and it's clearly there. You can see there's a mental block in the game, and it's the same for Jake Ellenberger. You know, Jake Ellenberger, he used to have up and down runs getting near for a title.
No, I agree. You got very valid points. Everyone's mind's different, you know. And like you said, people underestimate this part of fighting, the mental part, which, my gosh, man, if you list of fighters, man, that just had it all, you know, just couldn't put it there together at that time, you know. And I've been doing Tai Chi, so for the last year, and that's helped me out tremendously.
Well, it's good that you found something to just kind of balance everything out upstairs, you know, to help kind of calm that which is, I call it a storm. Your mind is a storm at times, especially when it comes to a fight.
Hell yeah, it
is. There's so much going on.
It'll the hell out of you.
Yeah, it is. It really does. Hey, look, I've had it. I went into fights and I've got 101 things going on in my mind, and at the same time, I stand there and I go, I should really think about what I'm about to do right now rather than think about everything else.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
Because I've got a guy across the cage from me, that wants to punch me in the face. It's a big problem. But that's the thing. You've won fights.
If you don't think that.
You've won fights.
If you don't believe that way, then you're not alive, man.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that one. You've won fights in the past. It shows that you can win them. You know, it shows that you can. You know what you're doing, man. That's the problem with this. You can definitely see that there is something small. With obviously that aspect, do you feel like an air of confidence now? A bit more confidence in yourself? Do you feel a I'd say relaxed. Do you feel almost like a little bit more relaxed in yourself?
Yeah, I feel more relaxed, and I trust myself, and I trust my training. I didn't have a lot of faith and and trust in a lot of my coaches, in the past. And I think a lot of that was, bothered me. But as a fighter, you sit there and you put up that block anyways. You know that you're invincible.
Yeah.
And actually, as a fighter, we're really way more vulnerable than a lot of people think.
I agree.
And that's another thing I've come to embrace.
Yeah, because we are all just human, skin and bones at the end of the day. There's nothing. We're not superhuman beings. We are just people. And with the coaching aspect, that is a huge part of it as well. I had a coach who, he was not the qualified coach that is required for someone to be successful at the sport. And the problem was, I had to. He was all I could have. He was all I had access to.
Yeah.
So, the limitations were there in place, so there was nothing I could have done about it, even though... So that's a mental battle. It's in your mind, just sitting there going, I've not got the right coaching, but I have to, what else can I do? And it's a huge factor, man.
Yeah, like I said, man, like it's and that was always been my biggest downfall. I'd go into fights, well trained, well everything, and I'd overthink things. Man, well, what if I do this, and what if that? You can't really control what happens, and I learned that too. I can't really control what happens, and because it's spontaneous. I can think I know what my opponent's going to do, but he might not want to do that. So I mean, it's always a forever changing roller coaster.
Yeah, definitely it is. So Malcolm, that you're facing off against, for this fight coming up, then have you been focusing on yourself rather than trying to focus on anything about your opponent?
Well, my opponent has changed.
Oh dear.
So I mean, it's all the same to me. I'm just happy that someone stepped in and took his place, because I mean, truthfully, right now, I mean, I'm like right at the end of my career, man, and it's like I don't even know why I'm retiring, because I feel like I'm the best I'll ever be right now.
Well,
it's because of my head. I've learned to control myself.
Look, the thing is are you looking to retire this year? What's the scenario with that?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna retire this year, man. Just and the way I feel now, it's not even about the fight, because I mean, I could fight every 2 weeks if I could, and let that be my training, but I can't do that, So I got to put in a 2.5, 3 months of training, and that's just hard after 10 years. I've been fighting for 10 years, and it's like a little hard on my body now.
So are you looking to then kind of go out with a couple of wins? Is that what the goal is for this year?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's how I'm gonna go out, is on wins.
And do you have?
I've learned not to beat myself, so that's how I always feel I lost my fights with. I didn't lose. I beat myself. So and I've learned not to beat myself. I've learned that the only person that can really beat me in there is really me. So I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm in a great place.
And do you have roughly an idea of how many fights you like to have then? Is it like just 2 or 3 more? Have you got an idea in your head, or you just going to see how it feels this year?
As many as my body lets me. Yeah. Because you know as well as I do. I mean, I could say I want to fight next week, but next month. But I don't know what's going to happen in this fight. I don't know. Even if I win and have 3-minute fight, I'm going to come out of there, with some kind of bumps and bruises. So,
yeah, you can get
it's kind of hard.
You can get a little silly thing like a cut over your eye, little daft things like that. Just hold stuff up.
Yeah. Well, again with me, it's like I don't train like I used to either, so I don't put my body through much damage. I just I think I'm doing the Conor McGregor training, kind of keep it to myself and maybe train with a few people every once in a while, but just making sure that my body is good and strong enough and healthy when I get in the ring.
Hey, it's the right thing to do. Update the software, don't break the hardware. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
It's the right thing. It's the way everyone should be training. It's not about the old school days with Lions Den, with Shamrock's old Lions Den, where they would just literally knock each other out in training, then go and fight. It's a progressive learning curve.
Yeah, definitely is. It's definitely a learning curve for me because when I started out, it was with Berger and Berger at Spinney's, and I was with Pat Vincent and Dustin Sievers and Eric Irvin, and they beat the crap out of it because they go 100%, and I was just like a little old rookie at that time, and they just beat the crap out of me, man. And, and I didn't like that, either. But again, that's probably maybe the fighter who I am now again too, though.
Hey, look, it's things like that. You got to just take them on and learn. You know what? It toughens you up, man. It you stuck around. That was the thing. It definitely crafted you to who you are now. And look, you're looking to go out with a big bang in 2016. You got this first fight with Shamrock. I hope you have a great year. I hope this year finishes how you'd like it to. Before you go, though, but have you got any any social media stuff that people can jump on and kind of give you a bit of backing before your last bout, let's say?
Yeah, you can hit me up on Facebook and my Instagram at God/of/war, and come see me on the 30th at the Lumiere. Put it down on this main event card, do my thing.
And you can go onto the Shamrock FC card if you can't make it to the event and watch it live. The links to the streaming are all on there, so you can always jump onto that. And what about sponsors? You got any people backing you up, helping you out?
My brother and a couple of friends, gyms, flip mode technique, and Derek's Barbershop, but just a few of them, not too many.
It's good. It's good. You got people helping you out. And finally, do you want to give a shout out to any your training partners, coaches, people like that have helped you out?
Yeah, man. Definitely. I want Steve Berger, of course. Mark Botendry, Nick Zona. Man, the list can go on, with Chris Heatherly, he's helping me out. Montuel Prater, he's helping me out a lot for this fight. So, man, people who were there all along,
Hey, that's
Benny,
good.
Benny was there when I started, Tony Biondo, So,
hey,
yeah.
Hey, man, it sounds like you've got a lot of people around you. Look, and I'm sure this is going to be a great weekend coming up on the 30th. I'm sure it's going to be a great event. And look, have a great time, man. Enjoy yourself.
All right, man. Thanks. And everyone tune out to January 30th at Lumiere. It's going down. Main event, Yohance Flager, God of War, baby.
You better do, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks very much for joining us, man.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good one.